Hey, welcome guys. In this video I'm going to teach you how to change a Cat6 Ethernet wire from this, it's going to be a simple strand, into this. So you're going to need a few things. Of course, the Ethernet cable, Cat6 we're going to be focusing on. You're going to need a Keystone. As you can see, it's Cat6. You're going to need a punch down tool. This is probably the most important tool out of everything we're going to be using. I just want one more thing. My punch down tool tends to have a blade affixed to it right here where it kind of curves. You see this side is flat, this one curves up. That's the blade that you focus on the outside when you punch down. You'll get a better understanding. Now mine is just a very basic punch down tool. Some actually come with built-in pressure amounts. There's no harm in putting in the max pressure if you want. Just guarantees better that you're gonna cut the excess wire off. Okay, and of course, some sort of tool that has a wire cutter built into it. Now this one in particular is actually a crimping tool. If you're not sure what that is, it basically turns this end of the Cat6 wire into this end. I'm sure we're all familiar with this one. So that's what this crimping tool does. You do not need it for making the Keystone here. The only reason I have it here on hand is because it has a blade in here, because you have to peel off a bit of the wire. So this is like a 2-in-1. It's good to have anyway, right? So these two tools you can get from any home hardware type of store. So the first thing you want to do is get the wire ready. So you want to get your cutting tool, whatever it may be, maybe just an inch, few inches. You're not going to cut. You want to just kind of peel off the outer layer, because if you're not aware, there are 8 smaller copper wires inside. So what I tend to do is cut just very easy and try to pull off any parts I might have missed. As you can see right there, I just kind of pull it off. Not too much pressure, right? You want to damage anything inside. And at this point, what you want to do is try to bend in each direction, kind of get an idea. Are any of these colored wires, because inside these colored wires are actually copper wires. It's a bit difficult for the camera to focus. You don't want to see the copper wire, as you can see. You don't want to see that on the side here, right? So if you see anything exposed, you're going to have to chop off this whole thing, try again here, because it causes environmental noise to conflict with the wires, and it could make the signal weak or completely useless altogether, right? So you want to be careful about that. So check if there's any excess copper showing. So with Cat6, you want to move all this out of the way, and you're going to have like this film in the middle, right? This one right here and a little piece of cloth. These two things are designed to prevent crosstalk between the wires and help with exterior noise from conflicting and making your signal weaker. So what you want to do, basically bend this over, get your wire cutter, and just cut that off. Okay, so as I stated earlier, you're only going to cut about 1 inch of this outer sleeve. For demonstration purposes, just so you guys could see the inner film easier, I cut it longer. That was the film that I cut away. The reason you want to do this is because you're going to place this in here anyway, and you want to have it so that this exterior sleeve is as close as possible to be inside the Keystone. The reason for this is because you have a less chance of exterior noise from getting within any of the signals, right? So that's what this whole sleeve here is designed to do, protect from exterior noise. So even now, I'm going to have to cut it just a little bit shorter, but right now there's no point. We can punch it down. So there is a specific order to put it in here, and you'll notice that when you buy a Keystone, most of them will come with color coding and letters on them. Basically, the A formatting of the wire layout is used for unique situations. Most of the time it's going to be B. Most functions will require the B formatting. So it's basically saying that the first wire here on this particular side of the Keystone is going to be solid orange, orange white, solid green, then white green. And it's the same concept on the other side. So the B formatting on the other side is solid brown, then white brown, solid blue, then white blue. So that's pretty much the layout you're going to put it in. So what I tend to do is the first set I'm going to work with are the greens and oranges. So the rest of them, I don't need this right now. I don't care about them. I kind of just bend them to the side because it keeps it a little bit more easier for me to work with. So you'll see that in the notches I've placed the corresponding wires. Now the problem is when you do this, they're still loose. They can move easily If you move even a little bit, they tend to just slip out easily. So this is where the punching tool comes in handy. So again, I have the notch here, so I'm gonna reverse this around so that the side with the slant is facing outwards. And go ahead and punch it in. So some of them will make a clicking noise, and as you can see, some of the excess wires coming off. This is exactly what we want, and the other wires come loose. It just requires a bit of patience, so just to put them back in, it's no big deal. In some cases, the wire will cut, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't cut, it's not a big deal, try again. And the worst case, use your handy wire cutter. Sometimes you just gotta twist it off and they just come off easily. Alright, and continue the same thing with the other side. Once again, you're gonna be following the pattern of solid brown, brown white, solid blue, then blue white. Continue the same thing on the other side as I said. We'll just fast forward a bit just to save a bit of time. So that's pretty much it. If you have a dust cover that's separate, you just kind of attach it on. If you're like mine, you kind of snap it into place. And if you have a faceplate, it's just literally just gonna snap in. The faceplate will tell you which direction is up. I mean, generally, common sense speaking, Cat6 should be written with it facing upwards, right? And this is the part that's gonna snap into the faceplate, and that's pretty much it. So again, I hope you guys found this video useful. If you do want to learn how to make an RJ45 Cat6 end like this, I have another video explaining how to do that. The link is in the video description. But that's pretty much it for me. So if you guys found this video useful, be sure to hit that like button. It does help. Subscribe. Check out my social links in the video description. And thanks for watching.